Hi and welcome back to Cut the Craggle. Today we're going to be taking a look at this. The LEGO Hidden Side Mystery Castle. This is the largest set in this third wave of LEGO Hidden Side. And the third set of this wave that I'll be reviewing. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my previous reviews of the Phantom Fire Truck and JB Submarine. I'm really excited to get into this set, so without any further ado, let's pop this baby open and see what's inside. So here it is, all built up, and this was a really enjoyable build. There weren't any new building techniques that jumped out at me that I can recall, but I really did have a lot of fun putting this together, and I think the finished thing looks so good. By now you've probably heard a dozen people compare this thing to the old Monster Fighters castle, and I definitely think this does share some of the same DNA, but that's no bad thing. Before the actual main castle structure itself, you have this outer wall build. Of course, having to constantly reach over this wall could get a little tiresome, so if you lift this bit up, you can detach it from the tower on the right. And if we head over to the left, where you can see this conspicuous looking crack right down the wall, you can see down there that this was connected with a clip and bar piece down the bottom. Now this whole gate assembly is uncoupled, you can move it out of the way for easier access to this area. And in fact, you'll notice that this wall is actually attached to the astronomy tower on hinges, so you can move that out further and give yourself even more space. There's actually no clear entrance into the castle from ground level, because what you think would be the front door has actually been replaced with what looks to be a monster's mouth. You can even see the eyes on either side, as well as some scary looking pincers. There is a door on the balcony above that though, and that actually has a linked in play feature. You see, this mechanism at the back drops part of the floor right in front of the doorway, and at the same time closes the giant mandibles. I'll just try it with a minifigure. Sorry, Parker. And she's actually been saved by her hair. Okay, maybe if we try it with the door open. It's really hard to stand up. Oh, that'll do. And there we go. I'm sure you get the idea. Heading back to the balcony, you'll see these fantastic stained glass window designs either side of the doorway. I absolutely love the artwork on these. They really add a sense of history to this lore, as they supposedly depict the origins of the Harbinger Nehmaar Reem. I think they look amazing, but I was very disappointed to find they actually rely on stickers rather than printed pieces. In fact, this set has a redonkulous amount of stickers. There's so many I was tempted to leave a lot of them off, like I did with the Haunted High School. But yeah, this was beyond tedious in its sticker usage. For app play, I think the way this set incorporates the different colours you need to scan is really good. You have a concealed spinning colour wheel neatly placed up here above the balcony, which I really like. And there's also a bunch of different flip down bits like these that hide more concealed colours. The observatory at the top of the astronomy tower is a nice, if unremarkable build. I said when this was revealed that its inclusion here reminds me a lot of the Doctor Who episode Tooth and Claw. And it still does, but I just think maybe more could have been done with this. It doesn't really do anything. And sadly, these round clear pieces for the dome also have stickers on them. Moving around the back, so we can get a look at the castle's interior, you can see there are a bunch of different rooms. Most of these are scarcely populated, but there are a few cool areas, like this room with a mysterious looking text and a painting of what appears to be this wave's soul artifacts, opening up a kind of portal in the sky. Speaking of which, these three pieces can also be found in a kind of shrine or altar on the top floor. This one is from the prison set, I believe. This one Nehmaar himself was holding in the fire truck set, and this one the statue had in the submarine set. There is a space for one more, so maybe there's another soul artifact out there that is required for the ritual. Creepy stuff. But in a complete shift of tone, look how happy Nehmaar is with his teddy bear. That kinda looks like a demented Sackboy from Little Big Planet. Moving over, the Harbinger gets a throne made out of skeleton bones, another family portrait, and also a piano. This all looks pretty cool, until you pop the Nehmaar Reem minifigure in his chair, and he somehow looks way too big. The scale for everything here suddenly seems massively out of whack. Another complaint I have with this area is just how shallow it is. I mean, with the soul artifacts and the Harbinger's throne, this feels like it should be a pretty significant setting. Maybe even the place of some big final battle. But it's so finicky trying to pose minifigures up here. Like, you have to have their arms in a certain way, or have them face forward, or worse still, have them with one leg hanging over the edge. So many recent LEGO sets have had this issue, including the Hidden Side Haunted High School. It's getting a bit beyond. I mean, come on LEGO, we just need another stud or two. Is that really so much to ask? This set comes with 6 minifigures. They're all pretty decent minifigs, but the majority of them are also all fairly common in this theme. First up we have Parker, and besides the exclusive wetsuit variant from JB Submarine, this is probably my favourite version of her yet. It's a combination of pieces we've seen before, but I do think she looks great decked out all in denim, and that headpiece with headphones is still gorgeous. Now you may have heard some rumours that I have a crush on Parker. I must say these accusations are completely false. It's quite frankly ludicrous to think that I, a grown man, would ever have any kind of romantic feelings towards a small plastic figure. Don't get angry, babe. I'm just saying that so we can keep our love a secret. Next up we have Jack Davids, and again he uses all familiar pieces. Nothing new or unique here. He does also have a double-sided face print, one with him looking very happy with himself, and then much more of a unimpressed or grumpy looking expression. Rounding off our trio of good guys we have Vaughn Geist Jackson. He's Parker's ancestor and a ghost, but one fighting on the side of the living. This time he actually comes with his trademark crossbow, which was oddly absent from JB Submarine. There he had much more of a snarl, but here he's actually got a big teethy grin on his face. This is apparently the same one that also comes in the prison and race car sets, which means sadly we don't get a version of him without his goggles on in this wave. Then we have the Shadow Walkers. This set actually comes with 2 of them, but I'm just going to show you one as they are both exactly the same. And in fact, this is virtually the same minifigure as we got in the fire truck set. The only difference being that these ones come with this helmet piece instead of a hood. And I'm fine with that. As I said in my review of the fire truck, this is a great looking minifigure with superbly detailed printing on its torso and legs. And it makes perfect sense that these would all look the same as they are generic henchmen. Lastly, we have the only real exclusive minifigure in this set, and fair play, it's an epic one. This is, of course, this wave's big bad, the Harbinger Nehmaar Reem. He previously came in a much different brick-built form in the Phantom Fire Truck set. Here he is as an actual minifigure, and he looks awesome. That face print is just as creepy as the one we got on the buildable figure, with those scary, almost reflective, dead eyes staring back at you. And underneath this rather elaborate armor piece, he has some great torso and leg printing. Just look how that catches the light. But that's not all, because the Harbinger also comes with this new piece to stand him on, which gives him a ghostly trail and allows him to look like he's levitating or flying through the air. Absolutely amazing moulding on this piece. Love it. Overall, despite its flaws, I think this is a terrific set. It's the second big set we've gotten from this theme, the other being the Haunted High School in the first wave, and it does suffer from many of the same issues I had with that. a lack of usable floor space in the interior, and an overabundance of stickers. But it does also have a heck of a lot going for it. The style of this building is brilliant, and yes, they've borrowed heavily from Monster Fighters, but I see this whole theme as a spiritual successor to that. They've massively dialed back the building becomes a monster element with this set, and I honestly think that was for the best. It kinda took over the high school, and not in a good way. And whilst I do think we needed to have a stud or two more depth around the back on the top floor, you do actually get a lot of play area here along the battlements and inside the towers, not to mention the courtyard that's created by that outer wall. The minifigures are a good selection, and that Harbinger minifigure is a theme stealer, but I do wish we could have gone a different Parker or Jack, or even a faceprint of Vaughn without his goggles. I love that LEGO have dialed up the scare factor with this wave and really doubled down on the dark lore of Hidden Side with this new baddie. But one thing concerns me. Where's Spencer? It used to be that he was in virtually every set, but in this wave, he only comes in the race car and prison sets. I was moaning that we needed a new variant on this figure, but now I'm worried something terrible is going to happen to our favourite pet ghost. What do you think of the LEGO Hidden Side Mystery Castle? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, be a hero and hit that subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Laters.